combination you've come up with for us. One of those romantic boy meets girl, boy loses girl stories.
It's better than that.
Hello! Today I'm going to be doing a What I Ate Today numero tres. Just about every morning of my existence, I start out with some coffee. I'm not particularly picky with what kind, whatever I have, but recently I've been using this so delicious coconut milk mint chocolate. This is basically a fake chocolate milk that I've been dumping into my coffee instead of creamer because it kind of makes everything taste like a delicious, wonderful minty mocha. Also, it's cheaper than buying creamer. Just throwing that out there. For actual breakfast today, I'm having sort of a savory bagel kind of deal. These are bagels from Gabriel's bakery, but you could obviously use whatever. I am just going to toast these suckers. And on top of it, I'm going to use some spinach, fake cream cheese, some tomato, and onion. For the cream cheese, I am using this Tofutti, I don't know, this cream cheese. It is dairy-free, obviously you can use whatever. If this does not sound appealing to you, but you still don't want to eat any dairy, smashing some avocado on here also is fantastic. Then I'm just layering the spinach, onion, and tomato on top. And I personally like to top everything off with some cracked pepper. Just because I'm pretty pepper obsessed. But you just follow your heart. And that's breakfast. It's really easy to make, not so easy to eat, so good luck to you, my friends. For lunch, I'm having this stir-fry hot bowl of delicious. All I'm doing is taking some kale, shredded carrots, an onion, and some green beans. You can use whatever you want for this. Personally enjoy the pepper route, but this is what I had on hand. So I am just adding some oil to a wok. You could also just use a pan. And I'm initially adding in my onion and carrots. If you had broccoli or any other sort of hearty vegetable, you would want to add this in first, just because they obviously take a little longer to cook. Once those start looking a little toasty, I'm adding in some of my lighter vegetables, such as green beans, letting that cook for a bit, and then finally adding in the kale. While this is all going, I'm also just making some rice. And I ended up kind of last minute deciding to throw in some of these Gardein crispy chicken tenders. You could obviously use actual meat or tofu or whatever you want, man. I'm just here. Then I'm using this Korean stir-fry simmer sauce. You could use whatever you want. This was just very easy and I had it on hand. But it just gives everything a nice sweet sour flavor. If you don't have anything though, honestly soy sauce is just fine. And then I'm just letting that simmer for a few minutes. I like to add my rice directly into everything just because I like my food a little more wet, and this way everything gets evenly coated. And that is lunch. For a snack, I ate some date rolls from this Jewel Date Company. I personally get these at New Seasons, but I think you can get them at Whole Foods. And while I didn't make them, I did inhale them, so I thought I would show. For dinner, I made some pumpkin macaroni sort of deal. I initially saw a similar recipe to this and sort of just adapted it to however I wanted. So all you're gonna need for this is like 5-6 cloves of garlic, whatever you're feeling. I like things a little garlicky myself. Just chop that up real fine. And I'm also just using the rest of this onion that I've been using all day. Then you want to grab a larger saucepan if you have one, preferably only because everything is going to end up going in here and it gets a little rough at the end. Just lightly cook your onions and garlic in some olive oil. And what I did was make sort of a fake almost roux by taking about a tablespoon of flour at a time and just lightly coating the onions and garlic with this. And then you want to make sure that you give this some ample time to cook. You want to get rid of the floury taste, but I ended up putting in about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Just use however much till you basically have everything in a big glob. Then I'm taking a can of coconut milk and I'm dumping this right on top of everything. Then I'm also taking a can of pure pumpkin. Oh, seasonal. And also just mixing this in. Put in whatever seasonings you like. I personally like pepper again, a little bit of nutmeg, and some salt. I like to let this simmer for a little bit just to make sure everything blends and smooths out really nicely. And while that is going, just go ahead and boil some pasta. I'm using macaroni. Obviously use whatever you want. A noodle is a noodle, no matter what size. And once everything is cooked, I'm just mixing the two of these together. And finally just throwing in a bunch of spinach on top of this. And once the spinach is sauteed and mixed in, you have your fake pumpkin festive macaroni. Finally, the last thing that I inhaled today was some hot chocolate. All I did was take some almond milk, throw it in a pan, and slowly bring it to boil. You want to slowly bring milk to boil so that you do not burn it, otherwise it will not taste as good. And for the actual hot chocolate, I am taking this dark chocolate Mexicano stone ground chocolate. This one particularly actually already had cinnamon in it, but regardless of what you use to make your hot chocolate, I personally highly recommend just throwing some more in because cinnamony hot chocolate is delicious. I'm also throwing in some marshmallows because otherwise what is the point, really? And that is everything. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Go do your dishes, throw out your old receipts, and have a nice day.